Welcome to our second talk show. Today, I have the pleasure to invite and interview Chris Ginguene. He is a Frenchman now in Portugal. He is a coach who brings a new radical disruptive approach to coaching. Formerly, Chris was for 20 plus years in large corporations as an engineer in various countries. Today, Chris is a coach. Welcome, Chris, to our second talk show. I'm very happy to have you with us today.
Thank you, Christian. I'm very pleased that you invited me to this talk show. I really appreciate. So yeah, let's
welcome. So I have for you a few questions because you are talking about a disruptive approach to coaching, and I must tell you, I'm a bit intrigued. So I have a few questions which will help our audience who are listening to us understanding a bit in what way your coaching is disruptive and what is transformative coaching.
Okay, so if you look at the etymology of coaching, so it came from coach, and a coach is a vehicle to take someone from A to B. So that's right. That's what we do as coach. We take people from where they are to where they want to be. So it's future oriented. And a lot of helping and supporting profession, and they are all good in their way. Some of them are focused on the past. We don't try to manipulate it. We look at the nature, at the ever-changing nature of thinking.
You look at the ever-changing nature of thinking without trying to change this thinking.
Yes.
Most of the clients think they
need to be
fixed.
And normally, as a coach, we should fight against this. But a lot of coaches still have this idea that they bring a solution, they need to fix the client.
Right.
And when you do this, even if you do it unconsciously, your energy, your vibration will transmit it to the client, and the client will pick it. What I'm saying and what we're saying in our transformative things is that all of us, when we came to this planet, we all come all perfect, complete.
Right.
And it's just our education, culture, other people that make us think we are not perfect.
Broken.
We are broken.
So that brings us now to another part of your answer now. Information versus transformation.
Yes.
Where does this difference come?
Okay.
Could you please give us an example, for instance? I think it will help to understand better.
Okay. I can give a very personal example. So
right.
When I dive into these transformative things, basically, so I was living in Hong Kong. I have to go back to Brittany in 2015 for some family event. I will not go into detail because it can be quite long.
No, of course not. No, sure.
But during this event, so all my family is in Brittany. I was in Hong Kong. I haven't been back in the family for 4 or 5 years. So when I came back, I have 3 brothers and 1 sister. One of the brothers didn't come to see me for family reason. So, at that time, I didn't know any of this. So we did the things. I didn't see him. And we were very close. But from that time, we stopped talking to each other. 3 years later, new family event in Brittany. Going back again from Hong Kong to this place. But at that time, I've been transformed by this knowledge that I have now. So I sent a message to my brother. I knew he would not come to the family party. He was still cold with the family. But I sent a message. And I could not see him on one night, so we see him the next night. And the first 5 minutes were very tense because we used to be very close and we were very cold. So the first 5 minutes were very tense. But then we spent the next 5 hours, not like we haven't talked for 3 years, but like we haven't talked for 3 days.
Right.
Because I've been transformed. So that's and we spent a wonderful evening, wonderful night. And then my sister during the week called me and said, "What did you do to your brother?" I said, "Well, what do you mean?" "Well, he hasn't talked to me for 2 years and he wants to see me next week." So because during this night, I talked with my brother, he gets some information and he gets transformed.
Because but how did this getting closer happen?
Because I get a true understanding of human experience, how we create our experience every single time. So that was an information that I had, and then I get transformed by this. And during that night, I explained to my brother, and he said, "Yeah, 3 years ago, I was upset, and then I've been stubborn, and now I realize, oh, okay." So as human, we create every experience we live. So maybe that was the next question, but that's how to say.
So the way you managed to get closer to your brother, was it due to the fact that you decided to forgive or to forget?
No, so yeah, forgive, not forget, forgive. Because when you understand the true nature of human experience, you realize that everyone does the best they can.
Yes.
At that moment, knowing their thinking and their awareness or consciousness of their thinking. So, and you realize that 100% of the time, this has nothing to do with you.
Is that because we interpret things in the wrong way? We tend to interpret it, and most of the time is going to be wrong. Is that?
Yeah, I would say not most of the time. I would say all of the time it's gonna be wrong.
All of the time, the interpretation we make is wrong.
Yeah, or let's say 99.9999%.
Exactly. Excellent. I think this clarifies quite a bit what is transformative coaching and the connection between information and transformation.
Yeah.
Now, my next question is about, according to what you learn, how would you define the true nature of human experience?
Okay, that's a very good question. Thank you. So the human experience is based on what we call three principles.
Three principles.
So a principle is something which is true, whether you believe it or not. That's true for everyone. So like gravity is true for everyone, either you believe it or not.
That's a good example. Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
There may be way to, but so, and one person called Sid Banks put back all the spirituality and human experience based on three principles. One is consciousness. One is thought, and one is mind. So basically, we are conscious of our thinking. So let me put it back. We think, whether we are conscious of it or not. So when we dream, we think, and we have a different consciousness than when we are awake.
Right.
So this thinking and this consciousness brings things into the world. And what gives power to this is mind, universal mind. So universal mind, depending on your spirituality or religion, you can call it God, Allah, Jehovah, everything. the great spirit, the great wisdom. But that's what gives you energy, and that's the intelligence behind life. That's what will make a caterpillar to a butterfly and not to a bee, or not
Right.
down to a. So that's the intelligence behind this. And this intelligence power the thinking we have and the consciousness of we have, that we have.
Mhm.
And every experience we have is our consciousness of our thinking in that moment.
Mhm.
And one way this consciousness express it is through feeling.
Feelings.
Feelings.
The
So you will
feelings
get-
we have about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a feeling will come after a thinking. So you will have a thought, and then it will trigger a feeling.
Every thought comes
Triggers.
with a feeling.
Yeah. Well, every feeling comes with a thought will then trigger a feeling.
Mhm.
And that's why sometimes you will get a feeling, like a gut feeling,
Right.
that you don't know why. But then if you look at the source, you will see, oh, okay, that's the thinking I had. So all your experience is created from your thinking. No other way around. So you are the creator of every experience because it's all come from you, from your thinking.
Can you repeat that, please? You
Yeah.
are.
You are the creator of every experience in your life.
You are the creator of every experience of your life.
If your life, yeah.
Okay. My next question is, are people owner or victim of their life?
So most people, because they don't know that they are the creator of their experience, live their life as a victim of external circumstances, external people.
They turn out to be the victim of their own life.
Yes. But when you realize this, that you are the creator of every experience, every reality, then you can take ownership of your life.
It seems that every well-known spiritual leaders have said that,
Yes.
basically.
Yeah.
So I would like to take a benign example.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I like very much the sea, the coastline.
Yes.
My brother, I don't have any brother, by the way. It's an example. My brother hates the sea and loves the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way I can influence him to appreciate the sea,
Mm-hmm.
and he has no way to influence me to prefer the mountain.
Correct.
He is perfect, and I am perfect as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Why is it that I prefer the sea and he prefers the mountain? Is a kind of mystery. Is that?
Yeah. Well, if we want to go in higher stream of consciousness, it will be the oneness of human being wanted to experience loving the sea through you and loving the mountains through your brother. So that's two people having different preference. So
Right.
the principle doesn't tell you this one is better than the other. It's telling you prefer the sea, he prefers the mountain. Perfect. Doesn't mean that you cannot connect. Doesn't mean that you have to influence him. If he's happy there, why not? It would be a problem if he tried to force you to love the mountain and hate the sea, or vice versa. But if you can respect that he's happy in the mountain and you are happy in the sea,
Right.
that's just consciousness, that's just spirituality having different experience.
Exactly. This is just a different experience.
Yes.
And it's not reasonable to try to change those preferences.
Yeah. And a lot of conflict come from the fact that people cannot accept that other people have different experience as they have.
All right. I understand. Now, as a last question for today, because we try to make it short and at the same time interesting enough, rich enough in handling enough questions. The last questions will be, who are your ideal clients? Since you're a coach has to have clients.
Yes.
Who would be your ideal clients, basically?
So I just discovered recently who will be my ideal clients. And by looking,
you have found women were responding better to this type of coaching?
Yes, that's at least in my clients. I have had more women, and they were more receptive to my to this kind of coaching. And then I look at the market, and I found that there is a need for women in tech. We need more women. Well, we need more diversity in tech.
Definitely, yes.
And we need more women. And what I found is that most of the women are not equally considered, equally involved, equally respected. And they fear it will always be the case. So what they're doing, they work twice as hard as the men.
They work twice harder
as the men, because they feel they need to prove themselves. They sacrifice their life.
Right.
Because they have this mindset that they need to show more. And they're doing the fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it.
Till you make it,
This is very interesting. So does that mean that through the coaching, she realized that she did not have to justify so much, to do too much, just be kind of present her work, be neutral, and that was enough?
That would be an explanation, because she showed up in a completely different way. I mean, she presented the KPI and she knew that she did her work and it has nothing to do with her personally, with her self-worth. And then the vibration was completely different. So in terms of science, we could say that her quantum field changed and then changed the CEO quantum field.
Quantum fields. You talk about the quantum field.
Yeah, the vibration and the quantum field. So
the energy she was emanating was different, and then the people around her felt that.
Yeah, well, it's an experience you can make. Show up in a place with a feeling of being fearful or aggressive, but not showing it, and see how people react, and came to the same place with a feeling of peace and love. Our brain is wired to detect threats. There is no more tiger running around us in nature. So our brain is picking up on something else, and is picking up on vibrations that people are emitting. And that can be shown by quantum things, but I'm diversing here.
Excellent. Very good. So transformative coaching help people to, we could say, to get better in touch with their inner self.
Yes.
And basically, without trying to do too much, without trying to prove anything.
Yes.
Can we say that?
Yeah, that's transformative coaching. Bring back the simplicity of life, of living.
Well, this is a very nice way to say it. The simplicity of life.
Of life.
Very good. Thank you very much, Chris. We said we would wrap it up in 30 minutes, and I'm sure the people who are listening to us will have better understanding. And if they have not totally, let's say, get a complete idea, this is normal. We want them to get in touch with you and see how you could work with them and whether they could work with you. So we want to give the gist of what you do, and this is already excellent. Thank you. Would you have a last word to conclude this talk show?
Well, first, thank you very much for inviting me. That's
it's my pleasure.
A very nice conversation, and I hope people will see it. my big dream is that if people could understand each other instead of judging each other, the world would be a better place. And for this, we just need to understand where human experience comes from.
Where human experience comes from. This part is very clear. Yes. This is a great message for Easter because today is Saturday, 16th of April, 2022.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Chris. We stay in touch. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening to this. And you will be informed of our next talk show very soon on LinkedIn, Facebook, and our respective websites. Chris' website that will be advertised and mine. Thank you very much. See you soon.